Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AGRO 48, Liam versus Tadpole. I am incredibly excited for this one. The commentators joining me for the preliminary card are, of course, Kane and the boss man himself, AGRO Jamie. Gentlemen, how are we doing on this illustrious morning?
Could be better. I could be gearing up for a fight, but I have a little bitch of a dog who chewed through my Xbox cable, so I won't be fighting. Hence why I'm commentating. I'm fighting Tadpole.
Let's
So
go,
we've got, of
Nick,
course,
with a tier 1 sub.
Jesus, right off the bat.
Shouts to the current reigning, defending, undisputed PlayStation 145 champion, Nick Mayola.
The arm breaker.
AK Sandman in the chat, the most loyal champ is here. Sandman, of course, dedicated to the organization. But as mentioned, Kane had a slight technical issue, because of an animal that is in his house. But this is a learning opportunity, keep the dog away. Either way, so many talented people on today's card to get through it. I mean, we've already discussed the main event of the evening. I want to break into several other fights on the card. Bear versus Keza. Keza is somebody who's fought at many different levels in this sport and now entering the CAF league that is AGRO against a seasoned veteran in Bear Yahweh. Another person we have to mention is Smoggy versus D. I can't read that name. Jamie's handwriting is like that of a third grader.
That is not
Drew
my handwriting,
Britton.
That's Nick's handwriting.
Nick's handwriting is like that of a 3-year-old. Smoggy. Now, here's the thing about Smoggy, man. Smog's a good guy. He's a great competitor, and he just fought in Primetime 23 the other day against Machine Gun. Now, Machine Gun suffered early adversity. Smoggy came out of the gate swinging and connecting, did the blue corner yesterday, but he's the one who got touched up and ultimately finished in the first round. So Smoggy, not a great start to the esports scene this weekend. Let's see if he can turn it around.
Wait, what happened to Sonny versus Ned?
It's no second, bro. I sent the wrong order. I'll send a new one in a sec.
Jesus Christ, Jamie.
Oh, there's been... You know what people are like with change when they're in a fight.
I know.
You can see Smoggy Smogason in the Jiu-Jitsu Vanguard pick against the... I didn't catch what Drew's is.
Neither did I.
Now, Jamie, what fight are you excited for on this card?
All of them. I'm always excited, you know me. But I'll fire off a couple right now. Sonny versus Ned will be a scrap. Arjun,
He just reads the fight card.
Arjun's always fun. I love Stanley being back as well, and then obviously Burnley versus I like two guys close to me, and then Bear versus Keza always like a bear fight.
Oh, but anyway, we're starting strong.
Massive.
Burton out of the blue corner. Look at this. Smoggy with a early level change. Big.
Beautiful reversal. Oh, nice. Look at that Stephen Wonderboy calf fighter type. You can tell that by when he stood still with that kick. He flicks up the high kick.
It
So
looks like Sean Woodson.
Big moments here from Smoggy early. A lot of activity from that red corner, but you have to think this is the same issue that plagued him the other day, was potentially blowing the load, right? Getting rid of the stamina and cardio within the first several minutes of the opening round.
I've never seen that takedown denial. Has anyone else? No, he slipped in.
yes,
Oh, Kamar, sweep transition. I just,
Yeah, that.
you got it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, slicing through the guard, Jamie.
Sitting in a sprawl at the moment. He'll probably just choose to sit here and shoot the body for now.
Nice denial.
I'm assuming he wants it on the feet, so Smoggy don't want to be on
Nice
the
get
bottom.
up there.
Flips into tie and leaves it.
Oh, nice jab to the body.
Got to be careful leaning in with that long jab.
Oh! Britain built different through the first few, taking a lot of punches, but still in this, catching the chin of Smoggy Smogginson. Big spinning back kick to the midsection. 2:30 left in the first fight of AGRO 48.
Smoggy already looking gassed. I think that's a Vanguard pick. Oh, lovely!
Oh! Gets caught going to the body.
Look at this. Smogginson on the ropes a little bit. 2 minutes to work. Britain has a lot of time left in the clock to try to make an impact. You have to think Smoggy picking Jiu-Jitsu Vanguard, but being largely a striker. I know that Vanguard has great work, but, maybe be in the balanced section. Maybe be in the kickboxer archetypes if you're really going to have a striking forward approach. Good stick there from Smoggy, though.
Or even Virtuoso, if you do want to mix in a little bit of the wrestling, which we were speaking about off camera before about Virtuoso, is you can mix in that and still have a bit more stamina than you would with any other class. So it's sometimes a good idea if you want to do a bit of striking and wrestling to go with the more balanced classes because you're going to have more of an edge come the later rounds. Obviously, if it gets to that point.
Oh, good timed lead uppercut from Smoggy.
I believe Smoggy's whole game plan was to come out and wrestle. As soon as he gets stuffed and flips, he just abandoned it. It kind of is like a concentration. Just ruins his confidence a bit, and now he's just getting beat up.
Look at this. Inside the pocket, Smoggy having little success as we come to the closing seconds of round one.
Gilly, but even if you got that, wouldn't have been enough time.
Right, here's the thing about Smoggy's approach within the first 5 that also speaks to the issues with that Vanguard pick. It doesn't seem like his strikes have a lot of power behind them. That one did, though. Great touch, but you can see the power differential is announcing itself as the first round comes to an end, Kane.
Yeah, very, very interesting first round. There's a little bit of success on the floor for a short period of time from Smoggy, but once he got reversed and it was Britain's fight. And the stand-up as well, it started to slowly tip in Britain's favour. So there's a few things that Smoggy can do to sort of change that. First of all, patience. He seems to be rushing his shots and he's not picking them more intelligently. Mixing a few leg kicks. Again, mixing a bit more wrestling if you want to. There's a lot of things that he can...
Smoggy immediately on his back, got the level change in the takedown to the ground, but can't keep it there. Big kick from Britain, though.
The hip top.
Judo throw. Jamie, now talking about wherewithal in the octagon and having to go A to B in terms of game planning, Smoggy able to switch it up effectively there and knows when to throw and get this fight to the mat to recover.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that decision was to go for full stamina arm triangle and then get flipped.
It got reversed as well.
Yeah. I don't know I think Smoggy might be trying to be a sub guy when he's not one. Because obviously how good Vanguard is if it's in the right hands, like Sandman or Morbid or the top submission guys or me.
Look at this. So Smog, great opportunity here, back sitting. This is a great position for him. Red corner having some success. Doesn't get the hooks in, though. Britain wise to that transition. 3:10 to work. AK Sandman in the chat. Don't diss Vanguard, Bane. Not dissing Vanguard, but analyzing the approach. It seems that a better archetype would be more suited to Smoggy's style, Kane.
Absolutely, yeah. Because he's not actively going he's gone for one submission on the point where, like, right now, he's not threatening anything. He's not even throwing strikes. He's waiting too long, and that's allowing Britain to read what he's going to do and capitalize on those mistakes. So at the minute, they're just little tiny mistakes, but they're causing big moments for Britain. And if he can just calm himself down a little bit, just be a little bit more methodical with his approach, I think he'd be able to excel. But he's doing a good job here, just mixing up the strikes, but he's not reading things very well.
One thing to shout out, Morbid Manlad in the Twitch chat, 69 bits initially, one pride bit coming through, bit leader early in the broadcast. Morbid 1-0 this weekend, big finish over at Primetime 23 yesterday. Congrats to him. Britain here eating some strikes, Kane.
Absolutely, brilliant ground and pound from Smoggy for the time to see if he gets the denial.
Much better round from Smoggy doing what he probably came to now.
As Jamie says that, big sweep. Absolutely, the commentator's curse. It rears its ugly head. But look at this. Big denial and a submission attempt. He has time to work with it. Let's see what Smoggy can do.
And the submission advantage.
No, if he stays calm, he's out.
The offense is not there seemingly through 10 minutes. Want to think that now...
Oh, he got the chain.
Gets the chain.
Ooh. No,
training it's made it worse for himself. Now he's going up in side control on his back.
Jamie, the submission specialist in his own right, former champ, aware of what the danger is about not canceling submissions. Once you hit those gates, you are locked in to a big moment there from Britain.
Drew Britton, obviously, we've been told a lot about him by Dawson. He's showing like he's a bit better than Dawson with his overall game than just one aspect. Lovely head kick.
Yeah, Britain through the first 2 rounds is really diversifying the arsenal of strikes that he's showing Smoggy. Just a ton of different looks and angles, Kane.
Absolutely, yeah. He did a bit better in that round.
Oh!
But not at the start of the round. Gets clipped by what looked like a hook, and then he got caught with a nice little leg kick. Beautiful pressure now
Smoggy
from
really
Britain.
down 2-0 coming into this final set of 5 minutes. I believe that the red corner needs a finish if they want to secure the W. Don't think he's going to get it grappling. Has to stand and trade and hope that he'll clip Drew Britton on the way in. Good shot there to the midsection.
He really needs to put Britain on the back foot and start to mix up these strikes and get something big off because it's beautiful time spinning back kick as Smoggy went for the pull. That was gorgeous.
Smoggy going to be pissing blood for a couple weeks now. Those ribs and liver are just touched up a little bit. But look at this big moment from the red corner.
Smoggy's hands look really good. I don't know what his I think his decision is messed him up, but all this happens a lot in AGRO first fights.
Smoggy's teeing off. Not Smoggy, sorry. Britain is teeing off.
Not a lot of head movement from that red corner. Smoggy is down. Britain chooses not to go for the TKO. Probably wants that highlight reel flash KO, but he could pay for it.
Oh, what a terrible decision.
Oh, Kelvin Gastelum versus Israel Adesanya. Bad move there from Smoggy Smogginson. Not something we suggest, but something we see all the time, Kane.
Yeah, not a great decision because although he's going to get some time on the ground, really what he needed to do is just carry on pushing the pressure and pushing the pace and trying to get knocked down. Because Smoggy's been knocked down and he's been hurt a couple times already in this round, so he just needs to get some points on the board. So, not a very good decision. And it also left him with a big stamina drain. Beautiful.
We see this a lot with people who come into calf leagues or don't usually use calves. They choose the wrong archetype and get beat up for it. Oh, he tied it. Lovely.
Have to say, though, Smoggy Smogginson showing a lot of heart in this fight, staying in here, not going out yet, been dropped numerous occasions, but he still is in this fight and giving it his all. Just over 90 seconds left in the opening fight, and we're not going to see that. Wow. Drew Britton with a true performance for the ages. Was that a debut, Jamie?
It was a debut. Debut versus debut, and Josh has said a lot of good things about Drew, and he's coming out and showing us exactly what the walk, if you could say, and what a straight down the pipe. Times that sway back, which it was showing a lot in that third round, and good night.
Dosser, of course, one of the best strikers in the boxing kind of discipline in AGRO, but Drew Britton really putting on a show from the other realms of mixed martial arts. As Jamie mentioned, this guy was throwing a ton of different things that only shows his caliber. Smoggy Smogginson will be back. Unfortunate to see him continue the losing streak this weekend in the esports UFC 4 scene, but I hope that it just gives him a lot to work on. That's really the only thing he can do with losses at this level is you just go back to the drawing board and say, okay, what went wrong? How and why did I lose? And I need to address these moving forward. But Drew Britton 1-0, Smoggy Smogginson 0-1 to begin his AGRO career. On deck next, Jamie, I'll let you take it away.
Next up, we have
Mad Lad with the bits in the chat.
young Carter Global making his debut finally at 45, taking on the 1-6 cocky Sonny, who's just coming off a win against.
Young Carter's fought at 145 like 3 times, by the way, already.
Oh, he hasn't?
Here he has.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
He's unranked.
Are you mad? I will prove it.
45.
No, I'm sure he had 3 fights at 4 because he fought and he's 1-2 at 45.
Nah, you're waffling.
Give me 2 minutes.
Look how many times he fought. Holy shit.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of history between.
In Illuminate. Obviously, that will show in the sparring record. Holy
Cookie Wookie versus Big Balls Ned. 48 wins to Sonny, 80 wins to Ned. Looks like we're going to be contesting this at welterweight 170. A lot of meat on the bones of these competitors at this weight. Not a lot of it fat, truly packed with muscle through the entire roster. But of course, we're talking about calves, Kane. And what calf archetypes do you think excel at higher weight classes?
It's hard to be honest because to playing around with some of the calves, obviously preparing for my upcoming fight. I fell in love a little bit with the boxing ones, but the issue is with them is that the higher weight classes, they've got great power, but their stamina drains so quickly. So in all honesty, I always preach it, but Virtuoso for me is just the best all around class. You've got so many options to attack your opponent up with with great kicks. You've got several different elbows that you can throw. You've got the takedowns, the trips. You've got a decent amount of submissions if you need to use them. It's just a great all arounder, and I think it's great for any scenario.
I'll see it. Sonny coming off his first winning 5 fights against Carl Lake, and Ned.
It was 155, by the way, Jamie. I am wrong.
Yeah, I know you are. And Ned, Ned choosing to move down to 45 after unsuccessful run at 55. Hoping he can put on a show 45 against Sonny.
Interesting moves, of course, from Ned being a former champion and then having a bit of an up and down next stage of his career. Yeah, it's it mentally can do a lot for you, both positive and negative. Reignite the fires and say, hey, I was here earlier in my career before a lot of success. I struggled and I rallied and rose, and now I achieved so much, and now I'm back to square one. So it could be a good reset for them mentally, but it also could be debilitating because you have that PTSD when you step in the octagon of I haven't won in XYZ amount of time, but let's see if the former champ can get it done against cocky Sonny. Oh.
I think if Ned chooses to stand and trade, I can't. Oh! Front kick! Oh. Jesus Christ.
Ned folded early.
Into the front kick. Beautiful takedown defense there from cocky Sonny.
Oh, Ned off to a tremendously bad start. Cocky Sonny picking his moments to be selective once again, Ned.
I think
wow.
The takedowns already from Ned and... Oh!
Oh, Ned eating a head kick. This is not the Ned of old. This is a unconfident Ned. Look at just all of the strikes that he's eating, Ken.
Well, the thing is about Ned is he does tend to eat a lot of strikes, but the issue is actually getting him out of there and hitting him when he's hurt because he's... Oh, here we go.
Oh, standing guillotine attempt. You can see the stamina drain on cocky Sonny. This is bad for him.
That's gross.
We're going to have to ban this.
It's all over.
I won't even try it. I'll put my controller down.
Oh, hold on. No, Ned's not that good.
It's a stamina.
Submission offense from
Ned drained it too much, I think.
Former champ is poor, like the stamina of, or not the stamina, but the submission offense of the former champion Ned is very poor, much like his performance so far into these first couple minutes. Big shot there from him. Level change does get the takedown.
To see what he does, because he was primarily a wrestler before he took to striking, and that's when he sort of started to go iffy, when he started to get into the striking realm. Obviously, he had a little bit of success, an accidental knockout over me, so it wasn't purposeful, so I don't count that.
Yeah, absolutely. Successes can be misleading. I have to think that Ned, trying new things at the highest level of the game, truly can respect it, but at some point, what got you to the dance is what you should prioritize and maybe have as your A plan. Maybe striking and finding shots and being selective could be the B or the C, but your preliminary approach when you get into that octagon has to be the easiest path to victory, right? Path of least resistance. And look at this. Big moment there from Ned. Capitalized a little bit, but the damage isn't there with the calf pick that he went with.
I thought Sonny gave up then. I guess.
90 seconds remain. Kane, what are you making of this first round? What I'm thinking is that there's a lot of pillow hands coming out of that Ned corner. Really not thrown with a lot of intention. Cocky Sonny coming forward, really being the aggressor in this first set of 5 minutes, touching the chin of the former champion many, many times. Ned's still in this fight, but not doing a ton, right? This is where you start to question fighters' game plans, where they don't really seem to be dedicating themselves to one specific approach, right? Leg kicks, firing up to the head, and look at this. Cocky Sonny, though, having a very beautiful approach, touching the chin and taking the health away from the former champion. Red corner, really impressing through the first 5.
Really impressive from Sonny, but I'm not liking when he's just standing and he pressed the hook button 15 times. It's just catching up with him. He needs to slow down, pick his strikes. Once he gets a knock, just take your time.
performances like this make Ned's previous successes shine even greater. Of course, the finish over Kane to steal the belt. Oh, look at this!
Look at the head movement. That's what I mean.
It's
Finishing
not head
Ned
movement, it's
is
bobbleheading,
insane. That was head movement. That was slipped to the left.
That was head
right.
movement. That was a beautiful head movement from him. Absolutely, not really
You're
there
just
during the
solid.
fight. Only when he's stunned is when Ned actually becomes defensively high IQ'd.
Yeah, guys, takedown defense there from Cocky Suddy.
This is sort of what we saw in the previous fight. You know, once the takedowns didn't work, you start to lose confidence and not really understand what the game plan is. Like this Cocky Sonny coming on, Ned not really having a lot of head help to work. Kane.
Oh, he needs to calm down with his stamina there because a couple of body shots from Ned could ruin this fight for him. And we've seen it before where he does extremely well. Let's look back to the Toby fight. He did extremely well for that fight. The third round, he got submitted. So, although he looks good now, he needs to make sure that he keeps this composure and this sort of performance on into the last stages of the round. Oh!
Ned just can't get
Big.
away from the pressure.
Ned's head movement, again, non-existent when he isn't stunned, but now he is. Let's see if he can bob and weave again. There he is. You can see him moving and grooving into Oh! Cocky Sonny KOs the former champion in the second fight of AGRO. 48 folds him like a blanket. Beautiful connection of that fist to the chin to separate Ned from the realm of the living, Kane.
That was beautiful. Let's watch that again. Boo! That was
Oh, he
clean. The
skipped it.
jab into the hook. Just as Ned was trying to circle out to his left to
Wow.
get caught clean with that jab hook combination. Oh, that was
The
beautiful.
sport is unforgiving. Ned, one time a champion, now hopping from division to division, hoping to string together any resemblance of success, needs to address the game plan problems. I think really that a lot of fighters within this league and many leagues are skilled within somewhat relative ballparks, right? There is obviously a very large spectrum of, ability in this game, but if you're at this level, there's a reason somewhat you're here for the most part. And so it's all about game plan and what you choose to come into the octagon with in your mind. We saw the leg kicks from Miguel Baiza work so well against Ponzinibbio in the first 5, but that was not effective through the next 10, really. I mean, Ponzi really bit down on the mouthguard and found a lot of answers. Miguel didn't have another plan. The leg kicks seemed to be his one route that he wanted to do, and that was going to set up everything else in his game plan. But once the leg kicks were compromised and neutralized from Ponzinibbio, Miguel had a significantly less success. So when you're at this level, being able to go, okay, the wrestling isn't working. That was my preliminary approach. It's time to switch to clinching and try to judo throw, or clinching and trying to trip. These adjustments from going A to B and then B to C in the event B's not working out will create a lot more routes to victory, Kane.
Right. Absolutely. And the thing is with is it how do you say his last name? The not Ponzinibbio, the other guy.
Miguel Baiza.
Yeah, there we go. That gentleman, Miguel. I think what his issue was, he had a couple of leg kick finishes previously, but that's what happens if you fall in love with that and if you just stick to that and you don't stick to everything and you don't mix it up, correctly. You're going to fall into a pattern where people can start to rage, and that's what we saw in the Ponzinibbio fight. After the first round, I think I messaged I think I did. I messaged one of my friends and said, these legs are done. He's done. And then he started to read the leg kicks and then just started to blast the 1-2 down as Miguel threw it and mixed in his own leg kicks. What we saw is Ponzinibbio mixing things up differently, while Miguel just sort of rested on his laurels when he should have been pressuring more.
Absolutely agree with you, Kane. One of the best minds in the game is our guy, Novocaine Kane Hickey, a Twitch streamer in his own right. If you don't follow Kane, you're making a mistake. Either way, Jamie, I'm going to let you queue up the next fight. They've got 2 minutes to get ready because we've got to be rocking and rolling through AGRO 48. Liam versus Tadpole in the 5-round, 25-minute affair at the top of this card. Talking about this one while we're waiting to queue up the third fight. It's an interesting one. Liam, the undefeated champion, one of the most dominant pound-for-pound competitors that we have on the roster, against a guy in Tadpole who has been there and done that at every level of this game. ESFL competitor, prime-time standout. Tadpole has had so much success at this level. I am anticipating him to come into this octagon as a very game short-notice opponent.
Absolutely, and one thing about Tadpole, formerly a champion who was undefeated. Obviously, came back after a long bit of time off and had a not great performance against Wavy, but since then he's been an absolute tear, straight to the top. And obviously, because of the pull out from myself, he's stepped up, and I think they're going to put on a great fight because there's a lot of things that they do similar. So I think we're going to get some. Again, I think we're still going to get an absolutely fantastic striking matchup. And we know Tadpole can handle himself on the ground as well, so I think we might even see Tadpole wrestle a little bit more than we do usually. But it's definitely going to be a banger.
People piss me off.
Yeah, no shit.
Next, 3 fights are all taking the piss.
Well, I can see that the broadcast is still stalemated due to the third fight not getting done. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes, and then we are going to move on to the broadcast because we've got 19 viewers, and they deserve action. They deserve the best that we can offer them. I have zero patience for people who cannot be prepared on time. That's just part of the game. That's what you signed up for. But talking about some other notable moments from yesterday's UFC broadcast, of course, the first in 14 days. We missed out on a card last week. I don't know, I wasn't entirely impressed with it. There was one phenomenal fight in, obviously, Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Miguel Baeza, but outside of that one, just, pretty pedestrian performances. The Mason Jones versus Alan Patrick fight was incredibly depressing and heartbreaking for the Dragon. He is a 26-year-old prospect who was the number 1 lightweight in Europe, the number 5 welterweight in Europe at one point in time. Europe's a big MMA, continent, and that guy was at the upper echelon of it on the regional scene, but turning his time and attention to the UFC hasn't really panned out for him. Now 0-1-1 within the one of the best promotions in the planet. I would say probably the best promotion, and it's disappointing. In my interview with him, I discussed the importance, or he rather discussed the importance of being stable and having a establishment in the UFC, and the only way that he felt he could do that was with a victory, getting the hand raised, saying, I belong here with the best of the best because I am winning here against the best of the best. And the fact that he couldn't do that in the debut was incredibly disruptive towards his mental game for a moment. I mean, the kid's strong. He knows what fighting is all about. But it's just difficult when you spend your entire professional career aiming at this goal and then you hit it, but you don't. You get signed, you get in, you get the fight week, you get all of the passion of being a UFC fighter and that mental boost, and then you're on the losing end of a decision, which was a great fight. I mean, Mike Davis versus Mason Jones was a phenomenal fight, one of the best of the month. Mike was just a bit quicker that night. I'm sure if we run that fight back 10 times, there'll be a pretty nice split between who takes it. But, of course, moving the attention towards yesterday, Kane, Jones versus Patrick ended in Patrick bowing out due to an accidental eye poke, ruled a no contest. That was a insane performance from Mason Jones. He was on his way just battering Patrick for the majority of that. What did you make of that fight on yesterday's card?
I think it was contested closely in the first round, but we got, we in the second round we started to get more of what we saw more of Mason Jones in his Cage Warriors time. He was brutal, marching forward and landing big, powerful strikes, mixing in the wrestling fantastically, taking his opponents back a couple of times, and then obviously the eye poke unfortunately resulted in the opposite fighter. I can't remember his name. The opposite fighter bowing out, and it was unfortunate. Mason Jones was in that fight. He even said to the ref, he was basically finished him. I said, I don't know, but it happened, and unfortunately, it's going to be a no contest. But it's better than a DQ or a loss.
Absolutely, yeah, and it was a great standout performance. I think the MMA community and those who watched it understood that Mason was in control. The driver's seat was occupied by the Dragon, and I don't think that there's any stock loss. I think that the only thing that he lost, of course, was the chance to have that 11-1 record. Now it's 10-1-1, but moving the conversation away from one of my favorite prospects in the UFC, Mason the Dragon Jones, to the new person in the commentary booth, Hearn. How is your morning going?
Hello, yeah, not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Could not be better. Why are you in the commentary booth?
Because we're interview.
Oh, we're interviewing him? Okay, Hearn.
Yeah.
So let me talk to you about something real quick. Mental game is obviously something that is so important at this level, and wins can boost that and reinforce it, but losses are destructive, and they really throw you off the path, and they make you question your ability. Hearn, not to really dig too deep in you, of course, but you've had a couple bad losses, and the reaction to them was to bow out and say, that's it, I'm done, and then you realize come back. And I just want to know, in terms of the roller coaster of what esports UFC 4 has been for you, how are you doing, and what do you think of those losses now, time removed, reflecting on them?
My highlight loss is Dave, because he want to beat the second ranked guy in the division I'm in right now. Losing to Roman's probably the worst one. Always wanted that type back, and then losing to James. That I want that rematch. I want that back. I think I can beat him.
Now, the confidence and the abilities now are founded upon working with other sparring partners, training partners. What does your preparation look like when you are booked and slated to have a 3-rounder in the octagon?
Well, it was Ned. Ned was my main sparring partner. He always has been and probably always will be.
Now
he definitely isn't washed.
He's reinforcing that after the performances. Guys, no, he's not bad.
He really
no,
isn't.
Ned,
He really
of course, former champion in Ned. He's proven himself that he can do it when he's on. When he's on, he's great. But when he's bad, he's just not really all that there.
He's just got to stop trying to wrestle. This is it. I've really told this Ned. He's got to stop wrestling. He's got to start getting back to his stand-up again. It's the only way he beat Kane. He beat Kane in the stand-up. I know it was a scrap, and Ned can scrap. He is good at that. If you didn't use Vanguard and used something else, that fight would have been a lot closer. It's because in the fact you used Vanguard that you got fucked.
You bring up a good point in terms of the archetype and maybe the wrong choices really coming back to haunt you. If when Ned is getting ready for a fight, this is obviously tangential to Ned in terms of his approach, I imagine, sparring and whatnot. But when he's getting ready for a fight, does he really consider all of those things? Does he game plan to the extent that maybe he should?
Well, yes, he does. But then on the fight day, he doesn't, if you get what I mean. We'd do a whole week of sparring and then he'd turn up and try and use Vanguard. Like when he fought against Dylan, I had beat Dylan outside of AGRO. I beat him in MMA Gaming. And I said to Ned was a totally better striker than me. He is when he's using a different fucking thing, but he's really just got to stop using the wrestling. Because
Ned, I got one last question for you. And actually, I'll give you two. This one, second to last, pertains to the former champ and Ned. I was just curious in terms of holistic nature to the game plan. Why did he suck today? Do you have an answer, or is it just like a off day?
From what I've got from him, is that he hasn't played the game for a while. Me as well. I haven't been on here for nearly over a week and a half now. So I can't really. I allow that excuse more for Ned, but he may have been off longer than me. Whatever. Rust happens. And it's also the fact they use a wrestler, and I'm a pressure fighter. I like to be pressured, and I like having a scrap. Always have done, always will do in aggro. Mm-hmm. You watch all my fights. Yeah, I've had losses, but I've also looked good in my losses because I've always come forward and I've never gone down. Probably. You know what I mean? You get what I mean by that, then?
Put that on a T-shirt, absolutely. Never back down is definitely a testament to what Jamie. Shut up.
Hey, you can shut up, bro. You want to talk about? Shut up.
That's why we enjoy watching you fight, and every time that there is the temporary retirement and separation from the league and competition, I'm sad because I like watching and calling your fights, brother.
Jamie, what are you laughing for?
You just make me laugh.
Either way, Herm, we're going to get you out of the booth and we're going to get into the next fight on the card. Jamie, I have no clue who these competitors are, so I'm going to allow you to cue it up before Bruce Buffer reads out the names.
We've got previous 155 interim champ Argent, and we've got his old name was Broke Boys MMA, a close one to you, Ben. Who's now changed his name to MLB, something like that, MLB MMA Gaming League. So it's Broke Boys MMA, obviously. Had a good scrap with Wavy on his debut. We've got
Argent with the very flavorful pre-fight taunt. Love to see it. Giving a lot of different looks to Broke Boys MMA, who does not return. Good respect shown. No touch of gloves. Never mind. Here comes Argent. As mentioned, the former IC has a lot to prove when you touch gold, Kane.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoa, beautiful flying either. Yeah, touching gold is one thing that's very hard to do in aggro. We've seen a lot of fighters who go on a bit of a good streak and then they'll fall off quickly.
Mystic
it's hard to maintain consistency. We've even seen that from top players like myself. It's so hard to maintain that consistency because the fighters in aggro are evolving and they get better each day that goes by. So it's a rare thing to do, but if you can do it, you're a high level player, and Arjun as although it's interim, it's still a title, and he's still had that privilege.
With how easily Arjun just slid through the guard there and transitioned and denied the attempts from Broke Boys, I might make the early call that we're going to see a clinic on the mat. Look at this, Broke Boys, unsure what his submission defense looks like. The chain is going to be happening from Arjun.
Looking good. It's not looking good. It's looking like it's going to be in Arjun's favor.
This is bad. Arjun, the former interim champ, maybe going to be stopping Broke Boys early in the first. Submissions at this stage are so tough because you're not sweaty. You're not loose, and that's that. Broke Boys, the arm snapped. Former interim champ Arjun MMA picking up the W as the third fight on Agro 48.
Really?
What just a one-sided affair. Jamie, submission specialist in your own right. I'll let you break down that finishing sequence.
Beautiful Kimura from Arjun. I think he has seen Broke Boys' record and thought, I assume he's not going to be very good, or maybe he has him as a friend and seen his record and his rank record and all that, but Arjun is one of them fighters where he'll finish it anywhere he wants, and I think he's got probably the most amount of different finishes in aggro, the most varied finishes, so good on him. Getting back on the road at 45 after I think he lost his last fight at 45, so good to see him winning. Maybe setting up a fight with one of the Bold McGregors or the Kezers or the Bears, especially with his record and his acumen in the aggro past.
Have to say, huge fan of the pre-fight, of course, and post-fight celebrations. Obviously, Pride Month, we are loving to see it represented within the octagon. Thank you, former interim champ Arjun, for bringing that representation. We do appreciate it. I have to think Broke Boys submission defense, something that you got to work on, Kane. Now, talking about improving that realm of your mixed martial arts pedigree, what can you do to be better at defending those submissions?
First of all, you need to get yourself in a good camp. Thankfully, throughout my time in Lumina, I was blessed having Morbid in and also Chad, both fantastic submission artists. So I managed to really work on my submission defense. Getting in a camp is so vital if you really want to get better, because you can hop in ranked, but you're going to improve, but you're not going to improve as much as you could because you're not really learning the game. You're not having someone at high level teach you. You're learning through losses, and it's going to be a lot harder if you establish yourself in a high level camp. All of that knowledge is just going to trickle down on you, and through spars and through conversations, you're going to learn so much. So the best thing to do, honestly, is just to get a camp with some high level players. Get that submission, just jump in a lot of matches, get yourself submitted a load of time, because that's the only way you're going to get better.
Next up on the card is a fight, probably. Don't think we have a musical performance.
Expert, but Joker says he's got a fucking console update.
For those that are fans of Shakira, we do have Shakira doing a sort of post-card little musical performance for us. Very thankful, old friend. During the presser, she's going to be coming out and doing a little bit of dancing just to mix up the offering that Agro has, really trying to diversify and innovate what we do in the sports entertainment space, really digging into the latter half of that phrase because we value just delivering the content and bringing the best we can. Now, Kane, talking about UFC 263, looking forward just a little bit. First off, blessed to be attending that event. Of course, I'm out in Arizona, and it's going to be in Glendale. So I was like, this is, an opportunity that I cannot let pass. So I'm incredibly pumped to be seeing the rematch of both Vittorio Adesanya and Figueiredo versus Moreno live. Now, Kane, give me your prediction for those two fights.
So, with the Moreno Figueiredo one, I don't know. Honestly, after the last fight, it was so closely contested. It was such a good fight. And Israel Adesanya in their first fight seems to think one of the judges was pitiful over Vittori, but watching it back, it does seem like Vittori put on a good case for winning that fight. And one of the judges' eyes, he landed quite a lot of good strikes. He got some takedowns as well. I think though. We've seen Israel improve more. His takedown defense is great. Apart from when he went up to light heavyweight, but that's a whole different kettle of fish. That's such a heavier fighter, and Israel's got the knowledge of his striking from previously, which will give him the edge up in terms of the striking. We know that, and his takedown defense is fantastic. On a good day, on a bad day, it's still okay. Even the Vittori fight, he took him down, but he couldn't really hold him there for long periods of time. So, honestly, I see Israel edging it out by decision. I don't think it's going to be a finish. I just think Vittori is too headstrong. I don't think he's going to get knocked out. I do think it'll be decision, but I think it'll be somewhat dominant.
What's interesting when you say that is Adesanya's power is so deceptive. I feel a lot of people felt that the eraser in Paulo Costa would be able to weather the storm of Adesanya's strikes and wouldn't fall in that fashion, but we all know exactly what occurred. A left hook, grazed the side of the head, and Costa went down, and then the eventual TKO finish came courtesy of that. So I don't know. I have to question Marvin Vettori and the durability that he'll display in a second outing against Adesanya because of how he looked against Holland. Holland in the 5th round was still catching Vettori on the feet and pushing him back with those straight 1-2 strikes that the Trailblazer brings into the octagon. So it's just hard to tell, but with the additional edge of Adesanya no longer being undefeated, 20-1 as opposed to 21-0 with 2 belts, I think that he's going to be looking to put on a performance and remind everybody why he is a future pound-for-pound #1 fighter and why he is one of the best in the world. Because, whenever you have your first loss, the next fight is going to be the one that you have to nail. And Marvin, the Italian Dream, Vittori, is likely in for a nightmare next weekend, at least in my professional opinion. Referencing the Twitch chat, AK Sandman, Kane really forgot about me. Nice. Kane, what is one nice thing you have to say about Sandman?
I don't have anything nice to say about Sandman.
That's fair. Next fight on deck.
He's a lovely guy. I love him. He's great. Oh shit, yeah. No, we made Illuminate. Yeah, that's true. Forgot about Sandman. Yeah, we mostly just fucking knocked the shit out of each other. We didn't really train the submissions as much as we should have. Probably we just went back and forth and beat 7 shades of shit out of each other. So I didn't forget you. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh, I just got an opportunity of a lifetime. The ESFL $5,000 tournament, one of the commentators is out, and they just pegged the Bane to be on the booth for it. Let's fucking go! Production meeting in 90 minutes, 2 hours, 12 minutes is showtime. Bet commentating AGRO right now. Let's move forward into this card to get to people that are ready and components that are working. Zero patience for people that aren't ready. What is this? I mean, come on. We have been prepping this shit all week. AGRO 48 has been something we were preparing for, and everybody was aware of the start time. They adjusted from Saturday to the Sunday, and they're not ready, Kane. This is disrespectful. Sorry, Jamie.
I hate it. I mean, I pulled out, but my reason's genuine, and it happened at least a fucking couple of days before.
8 hours ago.
Yeah.
What? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fights, and 3 of them have happened so far. The BC's not replying as fucking usual. Right, let's fill in some time. Fuck! I just smashed my knee. You bastard. Let's fill some time. Let's announce a couple of things we've got lined up, coming up in the next few weeks. Obviously, Kane, I've messaged you about them, so you know I was going to say this. So you can prepare yourself. I don't know if you've seen the message. Bane only knows about one of them. AGRO 50 is going to be a... Which one should I do first?
Don't care.
Right, so now we'll go with AGRO 50. AGRO 50 is going to be a charity stream for mind, mental health, and it's probably going to be from midday 12 on a Saturday to midday 12 on a Sunday if I last that long. If we reach the donation goal, I'll definitely stay. And after that, it'll be during this stream. We'll be doing lots of different things. I'll try to incorporate the viewers in a lot of them. But we also are launching the Fight Night League with 2 heavy tournaments at the start. Obviously, season 1 of the Fight Night League is called AGRO Toto. Used to be called something else with Hearn, but we've partnered up with Hearn. He's handed it over to us, and then we're going to take it to the next level. So AGRO is expanding. We have got a Fight Night League. So all you boys on Xbox, get it downloaded, get sparring, because it will be happening soon. If you'd like to be in it, get the DMs flowing into AGRO, and we'll get that sorted for you. Kane will be fighting, won't you, Kane?
If I have a wire, yes.
Also,
But I probably won't by then, so no.
I'll say if you think you know a lot about boxing, you want to commentate, let us know, because it's a bit easier to comment on boxing than it is MMA. Also, we may have Bane about for there, but yeah, next week on AGRO, no, not next week, 2 weeks from AGRO 50, we'll be doing a lot on the stream, trying to raise some cash, maybe a couple of Kahoot quizzes, maybe a bit of Among Us with everyone in AGRO if we can get a full lobby, GTA players, a lot of things, just to try and
Definitely, and absolutely, yeah. The intention, of course, is promoting mental awareness. Of course, Mental Health Month was in May, but the issues that plague the minds of so many in the world extend far past those 31 days, and it's always incredibly important to be cognizant over the struggles that people are going through internally, externally, and you never know what someone is experiencing or the pain that they could be going through. And so the only thing that you can do is be the best you can be to them. Make sure that you text, make sure that you call, make sure that you just remind people that you're there for them and that you love them and that you appreciate them. That's Mental Awareness Month. All year.
That's the one.
All the time.
Next fight on deck is going to be Harry and Meghan duking it out in the octagon. Hands are about to fly between the royal family again.
Yes, I'm going to nip to the toilet while we're in this little break. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, go on, son. There's not much we can do. We've got 8 fights scheduled and none of them have turned up. So we're missing Stanley. We're missing Bob McGregor's opponent. We're missing Joker's got a consult date. Obesity.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. If you are ready to your opponent, please put it in the general chat. Whatever matchup is going to be first, that's in there. You guys are in the lobby. That's what we're gonna throw to and go to, because please, we've been sitting here. It's your guys'. Jamie puts in so much effort running this league and creating the fight cards alongside Nick and DJ, Mikey B, and the whole crew that's at the administrative level. And at the end of the day, it's your responsibility as a competitor to have your stuff figured out. And if you are going to pull out or you don't have the time, then it's important that you let the crew know at least 2 to 3 days in advance so that there's time to find a replacement or there's time to scrap it and rebook it next week. It's just about giving the administration opportunities to pivot. And when you do it during the broadcast, we can't pivot effectively, and the entire broadcast is at a pause and stuck in the mud, as some would say, Kane. Kane and I, actually, it's funny. Kane and I were doing Sandman's tournament the other day, and same sort of situation. Now, Sandman, of course, this is not criticism. We already spoke about this. It is all love coming from the Bane. But there's some situations where you aren't prepped to do a tournament, right? You don't have the firepower to really run it well with the rig that you have. That's not your fault. That just is what it is. And Sandman didn't recognize how much he needed in terms of processing power to accomplish that tournament. And so Kane and I are in the booth with him, and it's struggling to work, right? The FPS is down. It's lagging. The stream itself is just suffering. But I love the approach, Sandman, and I can't wait to redo that tournament on canonized systems to give you the smoothest tournament you can be. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, I value the viewer's time. I talked about this so much this weekend because of all the things that have occurred within the broadcast that I've done. But your time is invaluable. It's the only thing that you're not going to get back. And you are choosing to give it to Aggro. You're choosing to give it to Cage Rage, to Sandman, to Primetime. To me, that is important. And your experience is important. And the biggest thing that's going to drag down the experience is looking at the Aggro commentary slide instead of fights for 20 minutes. So if you are ready and you are prepped to get into the octagon and give the people what they want, please let us know, because you're punching your ticket. I don't care what the card order looks like now, because it is busted and been removed, at least in my opinion. We're operating off the beaten path, Kane. We're four-wheeling. Brand, what's going on in the chat?
We are moving, we are switching things about, throwing things about. Cheers for the bits, T-Tran. We're going to move on. We're going to throw Skinhead Connor, who lost his opponent against Ed Colby, lost his opponent. So that's another Xbox 45 fight. Let's just get some fights going. Also, Sandman, if you want to message me, we could maybe sort out a date I can help you out with this stream, and maybe we can do that just while we're here. Maybe do some mixing with Aggro just to make it a bit easier on you, but we'll sort that another day. We've got a fight coming up. We've got Ed Colby versus Skinhead Connor, I believe.
Was little obesity pulled out?
He's not here, as usual.
Oh. Jesus.
No, to be fair, it's early Monday morning, so probably should have just said no to fighting, really, shouldn't he?
All right. I'm going to go pee.
Not better than a pee. Hey, Kane, how are you doing? Oh, we've got a touch chilly. Hey, Ed Colby versus Lil Obesity. No, Ed Colby versus Ball McGregor. Even I don't know anymore. Let's put a little prediction on for you guys while we're waiting. Get ready to throw them channel points about. Ball McGregor / Skinny McGregor versus Ed Colby. Get ready to throw your shadow points around, guys. We're dropping in now. Let's watch this live. Hey, Colby so far getting all the votes. Sandman not really pushing a lot out there with 10 channel points. Wenger Ball dropping 3k on Ball McGregor. I was looking more 50-50 more with Mad Lad going for Ed Colby. 69-31 at the moment for Ball McGregor. Bit of a Are we in the lobby yet? Looks like we're getting him in the lobby. Here we are. We've got a scrap. I'm by myself, but it'll do. Kane and Bane have ran off. Look how beautiful that ping is. 36. Stagnant. Oh my god. I want to fight these two on 36 ping all week. Ed Colby on the left in the red corner. Ball McGregor on the blue corner.
Mr. Boy. Can see both competitors are ready or not at Kabial, hovering over that current 145-pound champion, and Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Interesting. I don't think that Volk can be utilized, but it would be cool to see real fighters be put in at some point. Maybe we can do like a real fighter tournament.
Why always turning that down?
Because it's just when you stick, don't fix what's not broken.
This is how Jamie runs AGRO. Yo, opportunity to grow? Nah, not interested.
How would using normal fighters grow anything? Unless a normal
Because you're
fighters are
breaking
using
into a
themselves.
demographic that every other esports UFC 4 organization use.
Alex Volkanovski to come use his player, then maybe we could.
It's the diversification. It's a diversification of the content that we're distributing.
Nah.
Further, that's what you wanted.
Do it as a one-off. Do it as part of the fucking 50 AGRO 50 or the 16-hour stream you're gonna do. However long it is.
I think we're going to.
Was this Stan?
A lot of help. This is Ball versus Egg Cobby.
Someone's controlled.
And someone doesn't have a
This is
controller
bad.
right now, so.
There
So
we go.
someone's a punching bag. Oh, no, controller's good. Touch of gloves, good. Respect shown off the rip from each competitor here. Ed Cobby, former interim champion, I believe, had so much success at the top, was a main event fighter, now deep kind of on the prelims, needs a resurgence in the career department.
I don't know what the prelims are
Take
anymore.
that defense.
So I'm merged into one.
To me, this is the main card because this is like 5 fights before the 4 fight before the main event. So, fucking who knows anymore?
Who knows? Let's just let these guys bang. I'll send a new
Ooh,
order
nice
that we have kind of have.
Oh!
Lovely.
A big moment
Jobo.
here. Okay.
I've dropped this new card order that's been stuck together with all sorts of shit. Lovely catch from Gwald. And a nice takedown. Straight to half guard.
Fakes to top man goes into
Oh!
GP.
Ed Cobby getting a little suffocated on the mat right here. Pressure from Ball McGregor is evident.
Lovely work from Bob. Maybe just mixing the rest of them. We haven't seen a lot of it from Cobby. When we have, it's been again probably not the highest level of wrestlers who's managed to dominate, but Ball has good wrestling, it seems.
Good posture up here. 2:20 left to work in the opening round. First set of 5 minutes. Interesting back and forth, Kane. Who would you give this to so far?
Oh well, in the striking, to be honest with the knockdown, it's got to be Ed Cobby's. He's done the more damage on the feet, and he's got the beautiful reversal here. Now he's in side control, so he's doing fantastic so far. Ed Cobby's looking like his old self. I think Ball McGregor just needs to be, again, I harp on this a lot, but patience is key in these kind of fights. Don't rush in because it can lead to a knockdown. It could lead to even worse, a knockout.
Yeah, Ed Cobby's
Look
really
at this,
good at
good work
training
from
his stamina
Cobby.
as well. He'll just pick away at you, even in a 3-round fight. He'll do the head damage, he'll do the body damage, and eventually just pick away at you until he knocks you out with one of his flashy strikes.
Ball McGregor not really monitoring the stamina, but neither really is Ed Cobby. Each guy a bit worse for wear within that cardiovascular realm. 50 seconds left in this opening round. Have to think McG, with all of that control time, likely going to edge it if this fight goes at the pedestrian back. Just tit-for-tat pace that we're seeing right now, which is largely a chess match, Kane. Each guy wants to figure each other out within the first 5.
Absolutely, and you can see both of them are hovering over that. Oh, so if he gets to take
Good
down,
level change. Perfect.
Beautiful takedown there from Ball
Well,
McGregor.
this isn't going to do much, he's already lost around, but it's opening up Ed Cobby's mind to blocking low, which can open up a lot of strikes. Good decision
Absolutely.
from Ball. That was an unfortunate knockdown, really, wasn't it? The kick kind of landed, didn't it? Yeah, that's unfortunate, but you get caught. It's a fight game. As Jake Paul once said, you don't know these gloves. Cheers, Mystic
Shut
Max,
up.
for the follow.
I never say that again.
I can't believe you said that to Woody. You don't know these gloves, so like Woody hasn't been wearing them for 30 years, training with them on. The views have spiked. I don't know where they've all come from. They must have seen, I don't know, that Ed Cobby's here. I mean, all Ed Cobby's friends, weren't it?
Good job from Cobby. Early using that side kick. Something that we know deeply about Ed Kane is the distance management is so good on the former interim champs side. But look at this. Ball McGregor really bringing it to him. A lot of volume within this first minute.
Absolutely, yeah. Pushing it in, moving, mixing those leg kicks, nice knee to the body. Ooh.
Ooh, there's that
Cobby
jumping elbow.
retaliates. Yeah, retaliates.
Oh!
Jumping.
Oh! His head and body
Vintage
went in.
Ed Cobby.
Beautifully. Ball McGregor fires back with a one hook over the top. Spinning body
Hazmat
kicks
suit
there.
coming alive.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, big jumping knee. This is not looking good for Ball McGregor, but see, look at the heart and courage on him, standing in the pocket even when he's stunned, even when he's injured, even when he should back up.
bro.
Eats another one.
Nice takedown. Good decision just to refresh. This is more of a fight of moments at the moment. It's fairly 50-50 until Ed Cobby just lands that strike and then it just starts to move slowly towards him. But then Ball's trying to stop the momentum and take him down a little bit. Maybe regain his confidence. This is 2 rounds up for Ed Cobby so far, unless we see something big. Very big. Because Ed Cobby's outlanded him hard. He's getting a lot of damage done here, instead of just picking his strikes. It's hard to do that though, you don't want to be flipped.
We've already seen a few Kimura sweep transitions within this card already. Will we see another? Ball McGregor, very cognizant about what he needs to do in this advantageous position. Looking for the posture ups, looking just to pepper and make damage and transition right there. Kane, great job from him.
A lot better on the floor now that he's doing hasn't been reversed yet. He's peppering the strikes, landing. Don't know if it's going to win in the round, in all honesty, with the success. Oh, definitely not. Might not win in the round now. Let's see what Ed Cobby does. Straight into top mount. Is he going to rain down any strikes? Nope.
Good half guard regaining right there. Ball McGregor, good full guard. Look at this. Goes to the transition, right? Just throwing some feints. Probably going to try to pop right out of here. Ed Cobby chooses to stand.
Lands a few pop shots and, yeah, gets up. Great decision there.
Spinning attempts to the midsection land on each side, red and blue corner, both doing that 360. Good straight stick there. 50 remain. Ball McGregor toe to toe with the former interim champion.
That knee
But
has
he
been there
keeps
all
eating
day.
that knee. Wow.
And again.
Oh! That's the 4th time. Ball McGregor down. That knee cannot miss. His chin is honey, and Ed Cobby is a bee. He's stuck to it, Kane.
He can't not know how to block that. That's insane. Oh! We're on the floor.
10 seconds remaining in this second round, largely contested through 5 minutes, but Ed Cobby having the bigger moments. Gotta think if you're Ball McGregor, this last 5 is incredibly important because you don't know what the judges are going to score it. First 2 rounds, 10 minutes through. I don't know who is leading on the scorecards.
I do.
Jamie. Well, it's probably Ed, but
Yeah, I'd give it Ed.
trying to build a storyline.
Those knees are stupid, man.
AK stand with a raid. Thank you to the party of 1. Sorry, no, that sounded rude. Oh, big stick there for McGregor to open up things in the final 5 minutes of this 3-round contest.
Ball's not doing
Nice
bad when he's
movement
actually
there.
going in there and landing. He's got a lot to catch up on right now. He's a hare in the race. The tortoise.
Now, Kane, want to get your mindset on a couple offensive strikes that I've seen tossed towards the former interim champion's way. Roundhouse kicks and kicking in general within the pocket. That phone booth is so short in terms of space. You don't want to really leave your feet too much, do you?
Oh!
McGregor left the
Absolutely
feet
not.
on the mount, dropped down. Ed Cobby really
Oh,
poured it on.
this
Look
could
at
be it.
this.
Oh shit!
What a highlight reel KO for the former interim champion. Queued it up beautifully with a stun, and then the spinning back kick to the temple, courtesy of the hazmat man. You see him digging the grave. Bald McGregor, a victim of Ed Cobby.
What a crazy fight. Oh! Brilliant performance from Ed. Getting back to his winning ways, getting back up there and looking absolutely fantastic.
That £45 division is getting stacked now. It was looking a bit dry a couple of
Be
months.
right back,
couple of weeks
gentlemen.
ago. Right, back to waiting. No, I'm joking. We should have the next fight ready. Beautiful performance from Ed Cobby. No stop loss rate for Bold losing against an old title challenger. Right, Joker is ready. What's his name? Good performance from Ed Cobby. Hopefully probably looking to get someone a bit higher than the low obesity now.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I need to give everyone the bet money, don't I?
Yes. Why'd you use Internet Explorer?
It's not like this, so it's Bing.
That's not better. Why'd you use that, not Google?
It's just what was standard with the Windows.
You fucking backwards freak.
It was on PC once a week.
Oh, there's a cat in here. Fuck.
A lot of people just lost some money. Ed Cobby wins with 30% of the vote.
Ain't chilling with the pussy.
Oh boy. Still suffering from. You know what? I just realized after a bender of a night, now I have to commentate a $5,000 tournament.
Really?
Have it tonight?
It's in 2 hours. Yeah.
On Pride Week, Ben talked about benders. Oh my god. I don't believe it.
Oh boy. Okay, who is next?
They're missing a lot of people at that tournament. I don't know if
Expert
it was like a
versus Joker.
cap on who you
All right, what fights do we have left? Do we have Liam and Tadpole at least?
What do you mean? Of course we do.
We've got Joker Expert, Highlight Brian, Bear Keza, Dylan
Brian.
Links, Liam
We just-
Tadpole.
We just do the main event.
Man said Brian.
I don't know his fucking name.
Oh boys. Jesus Christ. Brian.
Listen, it's not my fault. The fucking handwriting's terrible.
Brian. That got me funny. Oh, okay. X-Bit, right. It's alright telling me you're ready, right? But you might want to send me the fucking link. Does anyone know X-Bit's Twitch name?
No.
Big Milky Boy 69, I think is what his username was. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but you know, I'm decently confident.
Milky Boy.
Okay.
Big Milky baby.
Oh, shut up.
Bobby Light Duo is his Twitch name. Bobby Light Duo. Duo. Here we go. Billy Bop Bop, we're in. Let's have it, boys. Scrap.
All right, let's get the show underway. Bobby Light, do you versus JDP. Now you can see the existing history between these two, 1-0 to X-Bit. You know, here's the thing about X-Bit is he's built different. You don't have a lot of guys like X-Bit who push forward regardless of what you're throwing at them. And it doesn't matter if it's feints. It doesn't matter if it's level changes. He storms through anything you're trying to get going, imposes his will on you. Such a different kind of fighter. Unsure who his opponent is. Jamie, can you remind me?
Joker, isn't it?
Yeah, Joker, yeah.
Oh, that's Joker. Joker, of course, retired me for probably was my 8th retirement in AGRO. Always just keep coming back. Don't think I will, because now I haven't played the game in a month and don't have any ambition to. Joker, wild strikes. I mean, this guy is creative right off the bat. He doesn't. He's not a slow starter to that creativity, Kane. He takes off immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a quick starter. Extremely quick starter.
Clearly not.
Watch the microaggressions of pain.
Hey, they're off.
Ready to rumble, are we? Incredibly pumped for this one. Joker looking to establish a name and rubbing elbows with a lot of people. I mean, he upsets a decent amount, but he backs much of his talk up. Very difficult to discredit his ability within the 8 angles in the octagon. I hate his calf, though. That's disgusting.
God, it's great calf. So visually appealing.
It's not as good as it comes to.
Hurts my eyes.
Wait.
Bane, I'll let you kick someone's ass anytime you want. You versus Kyle, Agro 50. How about me versus a heavy bag at Agro 50? Joker versus XBit underway. 3 rounds, 15 minutes to contest who progresses through that Xbox 170 division. Get this slow start for Joker already in the pocket. I anticipate Joker to always, from range, jump in with something big. Big pullback from XBit, though. Ooh.
Counters that pullback with a beautiful knee. Nice step with a rear uppercut. That was nice. XBit looking sharp right now.
Good dig to the body.
Excellent, very good.
Not a lot of work from below the midsection. Each guy content to throw hands. There's a few kicks from both competitors.
Nice defense there from XBit. XBit is looking on point right now. His defense is looking sharp. He is getting his block beaten down quite low though by Joker. Oh,
Lovely steps away from that big kick. Joker throws a lot. Take down.
Joker gets the takedown.
Oh, you're a wrestler now.
Joker, of course, offensive wrestling, not something we see too much out of him. If he's level changing, it's courtesy of some strikes that he's absorbing. But this time, maybe a change in the game plan came. Maybe trying to be a bit more of a well-versed and diversified mixed martial artist.
Even if you don't want to spend a lot of time on the floor, I've done it in multiple different fights. Just throwing a takedown, clinch, and then just stand up if you want to. It gives then your opponent something else to think about. Something other than the strikes that are coming their way. Is he going to shoot down? We saw it, for example, prime example in the rematch between Masvidal and Kamaru. Because of the previous fight, Jorge was hesitant of the takedown, and he even said in his fight, his post fight, I thought he was going to shoot. Oh! XBit is on fire, but some good fight IQ there from Joker gets him down to the floor. Postures up, see if he does any damage.
Good work to equalize the playing field a little bit for the blue or the red corner. Apologies. 90 seconds remain, Kane. How do you think this first round's going for Joker?
Rough. It's a slow start, but we have seen Joker start quite slow and pick it up in the later round. So as long as he can survive the onslaught that XBit is throwing on the feet, which is doing quite well to neutralize that by really sticking to him on the floor and changing the positions and not just accepting one. In the second round, though, he needs to be a lot more patient and stop throwing strikes that you don't need to throw so far at range, like this, throwing Superman punches that are nowhere near the target. So he just needs to, again, pick his shots wisely and throw in a few more takedowns. And a little bit of clinch work against the cage, maybe.
Absolutely agree with you, Joker. Somebody who can mix it up within that range. That Muay Thai plum on the back of the neck of his opponent. Typically secured. Doesn't really let that go too often. XBit with the get up to end round 1.
Round 1 goes to XBit.
Close to contested on the floor, but on the feet, it's XBit's fight so far.
This round 2 kicks off. Joker, if he wants to win this fight, it looks like he's going to have to stay on that heavy wrestling game plan.
And that might be just what he needs to do for a period of time, Kane, until the striking is a bit more even. Uneven is what it is. XBit fighting the chin of Joker and cracking him. Joker saying a ton to XBit in the week leading up to this. All of the trash talk from the clown-clad competitor, not really panning out. Chin has been a little bit found out early.
What coffee shows? Is it? It's got to be on the kick.
Oh! Spinning offering at the detriment of Joker, not something that he likes to see. Now he's getting pieced up. This is not looking good for Joker. Oh, look at this, though. Firing back is the clown. Good check left from him.
Well, he's thrown a lot
Side
of these
kick not
strikes
there.
out
That
middle next to just stepping away every time.
Kane, tell me about that left hook of XBit.
working. That's all I can say.
Oh, right there
see,
again.
There we go.
Oh! The level change into the uppercut. Joker swallows the right hand and goes to sleep. He'll be sipping out of a straw for a couple weeks. X-Bit victorious.
That was picture
That's what you get for not
perfect.
turning your system on before 2 minutes before you fight.
That was beautiful, man.
Out cold. X-Bit firing himself back up the division. Wow.
Absolutely highlight real KO of the clown. Joker, you're going to have to really go back to the workshop and think about it.
What a performance.
Who's next?
X-Bit. Up next we've got the Brian versus...
Shut up. What is his name?
That's Bernie and his name's Owen Byrne, I assume.
Do you know what the worst thing is? I didn't even say Brian. I said Bryony, which is a woman's name.
I wouldn't name a woman Bryony.
Well, you don't live in England.
That's fair. Bane, stop with your cultural appropriation. You don't understand. You're fucking you're ethnocentric, Bane. Ooh, Mayweather versus Logan.
Talking a bit of shit.
Tran in the Twitch chat suggesting Mayweather versus Logan. I have Mayweather within 3. I think that Floyd's... Well, I don't think Floyd's going to carry Logan as much as he carried Conor. Conor, of course, is a world-class athlete, and they were anticipating a great scrap. And with the recent thing of Jake Paul really getting under Floyd's skin, I think Logan is going to feel the anger and frustration that Floyd Money Mayweather currently has against the Paul family, and will not God, I might leave the broadcast just because of that.
Let's fuck that scrap. Let's get on to the better scraps that are on right now.
Highlight versus Bernie.
Highlight coming off
Respect,
the biggest of his career versus Aziz, and then we've got Bernie on the 2-0, looking to keep his 0. Maybe one fight for title fight for both of these guys. This will be a corker.
Here we go. Highlight versus Bernie. This one's going to be a back-and-forth war. Like you mentioned, Highlight really feeling like he has revolutionized his career, had some deep lows, but experiencing some great highs. Bernie looking to upset that train, Kane.
Oh, beautiful. Oh! Starting hot and fast. Highlight, obviously, what did you say? Moved down to 145. Had some success in his fight previously. I think it was last week. Oh, some nice head movement. Beautiful straight hook from Highlight. Oh!
Look at this. Highlight really is impressing.
I do want to say that Highlight recently got a PlayStation 5, so he will be, on a higher system, a higher frame rate, but a lot more smoother. So that's maybe why we're seeing some of the more...
Oh, look at this.
Lovely from Highlight.
Great work from Highlight, though. Mitigating the damage, gets tripped for it, but defensively really aware within the first couple minutes of this round. Have to think, though, Bernie needs to impose the will a little bit more, kind of letting Highlight do his thing. Funnily enough, Highlight beating Aziz, and then now looks like Aziz in the octagon. He's claimed his wardrobe.
Is that like a brown underpants fight?
What?
I think Bane is a watcher of the WWF with the brown panties.
I watched WWE when I was younger, but then once I realized it was scripted, my entertainment was neutralized. I'm not going to say fake, because it's not fake, but it is scripted, and that kills it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to be a... This is actually all scripted. We go through the moves earlier in the week. This exchange, see, he's going to go for the back sitting right in the now. That's what we scripted. This is going according to what we planned.
I don't think it matters because people sit and watch like a lot of scripted shows like all over the place, Netflix and that. So as long as you know.
True, yeah, and it's entertainment. That's the thing. It's sports entertainment. It's not saying it's authentic. Big 1-2 head kick. The Highlight living up to the name as he so dearly wanted to earlier in his career, but now he's got the skills to do it. Great combination there from the red corner. 90 seconds left in this opening round.
Throw that overhand.
Oh,
lovely head movement.
Look at this. Highlight in the pocket, out of it when he can't be. Catches a combination there from Bernie. Bernie coming on strong, though. Look at this. Highlight getting suffocated in the corner.
Yeah, he needs to start circling, and because he's just standing there and taking the strikes.
That's the thing that we've seen with Highlight Kane in some of his prior fights. Once he gets his back against the octagon. Oh!
Nice take
Look
down
at
defense,
this, though.
A good
Great
idea.
defense from Highlight.
I think that might have been an accidental takedown. I think it might have been
Why?
a hook.
Yeah.
Didn't everyone watch Adesanya versus Gastelum? Don't shoot when you have him rocked.
I think it was. You're right, but I don't think it was. I think it was an accident.
Bernie kicking himself for that mistake if it wasn't a mistake, but him putting out there. Oh, big rock to the body. Highlight suffering here.
And what a round fight of the night so far, easily.
That was a impeccable performance early from Highlight. The first couple minutes were all the red corner, but look at this. Bernie coming back strong, finding moments. Let's see who has the momentum in the second set of 5.
Oh, Highlight coming out there with a spinning back kick.
Definitely 50-50 in the first round. I don't really know who to give it to, if I'm honest.
Absolutely. Oh, big moment there from Highlight. Great push, getting some distance away from the blue corner, coming in strong, standing in the pocket. I don't really like when Highlight stands and trades. I like when he's utilizing the head movement and then countering off of the strikes of Bernie. Look at this, though, eating shots, Kane.
That's what I did last week.
Yeah, beautiful combination.
He stood and let him just throw his shit and didn't just wasn't having any of it, and then just picked him apart. Especially that crane kick.
But the issue that we've seen is Highlight slowly falling back into. Oh! Just going to say he's slowly falling back into old habits by letting himself be pushed up against that fence. When he's moving back, he doesn't do as much as he should. He's at his best, as we've seen at the start of this fight. When he's moving forward and he's putting pressure. Beautiful spinning kick again.
Bernie seems to be pulling
Highlight
away
needs
now.
to do
Highlights
some-
just
yeah.
kind of standing there and taking the strikes at the moment. Not really using his movement. Not really throwing his big strikes. Kind of like push Bernie away. He's not got any respect at the moment.
180 seconds left in this second round, and Bernie really touching up Highlight. Highlight having less and less success as the fight continues. Ooh, would have been bad right there for the red corner. Bernie really picking up the pace, Kane. Oh!
Lovely leg kick.
Oh.
Been working that in a lot, and it's starting to pay off. Misses the oblique kick.
Good little
Nice from Highlight. That
oblique
was lovely. Lovely counter.
Highlight. Oh, but look at that left leg getting chewed. Those inside kicks are accumulating. Axe kick not there once again. Return not there as well.
Oh my God, that was beautiful.
Bernie silences the Highlight with a beautiful flash KO. Catches the red corner as he was going airborne. Brings him right back down to earth. Disappointing
crazy.
for Highlight, but insane Highlight real finish for Bernie.
What goes up
Wonderful.
must come down, and Bernie just took Highlight's resurgence and slammed it into the ground. Holy shit. Wow. That is someone to
A
watch.
beautiful KO. Fight of the night so far.
Easily. KO of the night so far as well. Jesus. Bernie takes all the praises, takes all the marbles, and sings himself up to 3-0 at the top of the 45-pound division.
Not an easy task. Not an easy task at all.
Wow, what a fight, what a great performance, and sort of a rally from adversity did Bernie have to do in that one. Dig deep, bite down on the mouthpiece, anticipating a couple more impressions on that rubber than he had going into this one. Highlight gave him a ton, Kane. He really gave a great showing for himself, and it's going to be disappointing. Losses are something that Highlight is used to, but now with all of the training and all of the prioritization that he is giving to this, it's Walt Harris.
It's just Walt Harris. It's just Walt Harris.
It's gonna be anytime someone gets disappointing and I don't want to see someone fail. It's just, I'm just gonna say it's a Walt Harris right there.
I'm still not over him losing me 300 quid, and now I got off. He loses again. I'll never.
Oh boy. We're at 13-10. I can't either. I agree with you.
I mean, I sent Bane a screenshot, but I did predict that Marcin Tybura was going to knock him out or finish him because it's Walt Harris.
I've seen someone say he is the heavyweight Kevin Holland. I was like, I'm pretty sure the only reason you're saying that is because they're black. Because they don't, they don't fight the same, they don't lose the same, and they don't even look the same. So I don't even know where he got that.
That's racist!
I don't want to say I was racist. I'm just saying he said it because they're both black.
No, I know.
Because it's not like he got wrestle fucked for 25 minutes.
Nobody
All
did
right,
get
while
Russell
we're-
Fulton's finished.
While we're getting the next fight underway, I'm going to once again step out of the booth for a moment.
I'll get a quick interview with Owen, get his Irish sexy voice in here.
Yeah, you can take it away because I'm too tired to listen.
He's gonna call me out. I fucking know it. Owen's bird tweeted out, congrats that he won.
Oh my god.
Here he is, we've
Oh
got the
my
man in for
God.
an interview right now. I suppose I'll take it away. Hello, Owen. Oh, he left.
He's gone.
Hello, Owen. Bernie. The man himself, actually. I'll do this. Hello, Owen. Bernie, the Irishman. Hello. You going to talk? Owen. Owen. Brian. Ewan. Brian. Owen. Ewan. Sounds like you're dead to me.
Hello.
There we go.
How's it going? So I want to fight someone, Jamie.
You what?
I want to fight someone. I want to call someone out.
I know exactly what you're going to say, but go on then, I'll let you do it.
It's someone I'm talking to right now, you know. I think you're good at the game, like. If you think you're good, you know. So we'll happily beat you and get that belt off Nick then.
Let's talk about your performance
And-
first. Also, you know highlight very well.
I do indeed, yeah.
With Matthew chat. Did you have a game plan going in there, or did you just go in there to just flow?
Do you know what? We respect the highlight and all, but I knew I was better than him. So I just went in, and he caught me the first 2 minutes. Now I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it, but I knew I got him down to the ground, and it was clear from what I done I was better than him on the floor. So when I got up, then the nerves calmed down, and I just knew him. He was throwing too many straight shots. It was easy, but like he's KO'd now. So
That's good. Obviously, highlight. You just ruined his resurgence. You're sitting at 3-0 behind me. I believe you may be the next title contender after the one that probably will be booked next week. But I'm sure we'll fight down the line. I was hoping you'd probably move divisions just because I don't want to beat you.
yeah, you know, Jamie, you won't beat me.
And is that all you got to say? You want to fight me? Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yeah, and MMA call him he's shy, right? So I'm telling him to shut his mouth as well.
That's
That's
what
it.
you just did.
I did, yeah. Right. In a bit, bro.
It's in a bit, Bernie. Thanks for turning up. Good performance. We'll jump back in the commentary chat and get on with the rest of the card. We need to start up a proper interview booth, don't we? Because the commentary one's got rolls on it.
That's fair. That's definitely fair.
Right, but into the live screen, we've got the return of the Cane Calf, Keza Lee versus Bay Arware in the 845-pound division.
Good fight.
I know, I've got gas. Keza coming back a bit bomb. Greg on his first fight at 45 on Xbox. And
Was that a miss?
better to say his foot was a balloon. And then we've got Keza obviously winning the 155 pound battle on PlayStation, coming back on Xbox, and now we've got Bay Arware, title challenger previously in the 6th division and then losing the title fight. And then we go to the fight if they're going to scrap, hopefully, sometime today.
Talking about
Talking about.
what if I just didn't speak for like the rest of the broadcast? Getting right into they're ready to go. I mean, I don't know what we're waiting for. Jimmy, can you pull it up in the Discord so that Kane and I have that couple second advantage?
You big fucking bitch.
My foot was a balloon.
Don't. Oh my god, it's Kane. By God Almighty.
The WWE is. Should we do the entire broadcast, at least for this fight, in fucking in silence? Let's do it like WWE style.
Honestly, it's happened already. We've already burnt ourselves
my
out.
God,
Two last ones. Don't.
Oh, by God, he's broken him in half.
Oh, big right hand.
I'm gonna leave this call soon.
Is that your American accent?
What, me? No, it was more of like a...
Yeah.
I don't really know what it was.
It didn't sound British. It sounded more American. So I guess I was
because
like,
most American commentators are American.
Most American commentators are American. I'd hope so.
wait. So when I said, "Is that your American accent?" and you said no, but it's an American accent.
I was trying to think of the person I was in. Like, yeah,
Jim Ross.
Yeah, I think it was Jim Ross. Yeah.
You're probably doing Michael Cole.
Yeah, it might be Michael Cole actually.
Why do you know more than one?
Me? I know loads of fucking
Yeah,
commentators.
I used to be a heavy wrestling fan back in the day. But,
Bro, I even know the current commentators.
I ain't
Get
got
out
a
of
clue.
Get out of here with that weak shit.
AJ Styles.
No, he is a wrestler.
The
Tyron
Undertaker.
Saxton is one. Shut up.
Seth Rollins.
I'm gonna get beat up by me soon.
Is Daniel Bryan still around?
Daniel Severin.
Dan Severn! Oh my God, it's Tank Abbott. Hey, there's a fight going on. 2:30 left in this first round. Bear Yahweh having a lot of good success. Big sprawl there from him. Kane really trying to make things happen, but the distance management and the kicks of Yahweh are something that have always frustrated. And look at that big gamesmanship from him. Kick though from Kane.
Oh! Nice uppercut as well.
I think he managed to get caught on an uppercut after he swayed it.
Oh, nice defense.
Yahweh's looking slick today.
Not sure why he shaved his head like the taxi driver, but I'll allow it. Oh.
The taxi driver.
Yeah, you know, I've seen that film.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro.
That's a fucking throwback.
Yeah, the film's weird. I watched it and I was like, this is...
Well, we're going to get a rear naked choke last time.
Oh, look at this,
He tapped
Kane.
him out.
Oh, I was going to say if he taps Bear out, that'd be great. Not because I don't like Bear, it's just a good throw in the cap, innit? I have no prejudice over Bear, I'm not Chad.
Oh, don't miss him.
Oh, nice slip. Bear doing a good job to neutralise most of the offence given there by
Still
Kane.
didn't put bets on for this fight because Kez is looking out of his water at the moment.
Yeah, stamina's drained low. Bear being cocky.
Whoa.
Oh, as you say it.
They've got like Max Holloway hands.
Whoa! Oh, wow! Buzzer
Keza went
beater
to quit.
knockdown.
Keza went to quit, I'm telling you. Keza fought.
Yeah, he definitely did.
If you lose, please don't rage quit. I want to see the stats. You can see the gamesmanship and arrogance that flows through Barry Yahweh is not unfounded. He had so much success, right? That confidence built on his achievements. But at the same time, you can't overlook your competitors. Keza, not one to go down without a fight, really bringing it to Yahweh. What is he doing?
What is going on?
What is he doing?
Is he going to try
Takedown there for you. What was that, Keza?
Was that Was that a fake rage quit takedown? I've never seen that fight before.
It's changing the game.
He's that confident he can win if he pauses the game mid-fight. If I was him, I wouldn't be looking too confident right now. He's not doing a lot. He's getting beat up.
Oh, nice. Hook there. He's having a little bit more success in this round, but gets the denial. Moves straight into side control, see if he can do work in here as any sort of offense.
Look at this. 3 minutes remain in the second set of 5 minutes. The back of Yahweh's taken, but he's getting up to his feet.
Backpack. Keza looks like he's been training with Morbid for this fight. Nice denial.
Nice defense.
Nice denial.
Oh. This is a good fight, you know.
Yeah, good fight. More of a technical fight, which you get towards the end of the aggro cards. We get a bit more.
Oh, the back of Bear Yahweh seems to be consistently being taken. Unsure if he's able to deny those.
Oh, this could be it.
Oh!
Good denial there from Yahweh.
Oh. Quick on the triggers.
He's never going to get it again. That's poor decision.
Once again. Yep, Bear Yahweh camping it out, knows the denial, is aware of the power within that rear naked choke. 90 seconds left. It's sort of a stalemate. Keza needs to set it up, get some grappling advantage, and then go for the rear naked. But the submission window is closing. About 40 seconds remain. Never mind.
Wait, what?
Ref stood them up.
The ref
What?
stand you up from fucking back sitting?
Ref can stand
That's
you up.
No way.
crazy.
No, wait, you're joking.
No, ref can stand you up from top mount. I've seen it on the SFL once.
That's fucking insane.
No, once it was the ZF stream. He was just sitting on top mount, just hitting someone because he was taking the piss, and then the ref stood them up.
That is insane.
Oh!
Wow. Oh, Kez is down. This is
Herb-
unfortunate.
Herb-
Had a dominant position for so much in this second round, and now he's back on the feet with Bear Yahweh, and Yahweh finding the chin. But look at this. Yeza going airborne.
Herb Dean is the best ref in MMA.
Old standard, my ass.
Stands him up on a back.
Nice switch.
Oh, once again.
It just proves
Lock
this
it.
game is built for casuals.
Oh,
Oh.
Bear's looking great.
As a supernaturally lifted at the end of the second round, final 5 minutes in front of us. And, I don't know. The chin health on Keza is not where you want it to be. If he's going to stand and trade with Yahweh, whose health stats look pretty good, I think he's going to be in trouble.
But he is landing, right? You know, Keza is landing these. We've seen him land a few knees that round, but the issue is all of Keza's strikes, because of the stamina drain, they don't have that source, they don't have that pop and that power that Bears has got. Look at the stamina differential right now. Bear Yahweh looks like he's just breezing through it, quite leisurely. Keza is grinding and working to even just stay in the fight, so it's slowly becoming more one-sided. And Keza just needs to, at this point, it's the case of you need to go for broke. You need to do something big and go for some crazy shots because you need to get that head health down to at least something, or even just get a bit of respect from Bear. But at this point in the fight, it could be hard.
I think he's going
How
for
much
heavy
does
finish at the moment. I don't think he's going to get it. Sorry, Ben.
I was going to ask, how much is a Ford Escort?
I don't know. It's about as much as Francis and Garner
Probably.
can punch.
I was going to say, is that the car that everyone says he hits like a Ford Escort?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. Perfect.
They're not
I
very
need another.
expensive.
Why are you buying a
Exactly.
Ford Escort?
No, I'm prepping lines for the tournament, and I'm gonna say you could buy a Ford Escort. I'm working on the line.
I hate you so much.
Ford Escort price.
Ford Escort. Oh.
Oh! What performance by Bear this
wow.
is so far.
Do you know what would be hilarious, but also really, really upsetting for Bear? If you fate and then Keza just got up and floored him.
That would be
It's
funny.
the back take. Oh, finally, a
there, look at
denial
this.
from that position from Bear.
Keza really trying to do a lot of good work. Throwing kicks in the pocket, as we already discussed in this broadcast, not a strategy that I personally suggest ever. 90 seconds remain, or just over. He gets the takedown. Will he follow? Nope, eats an up kick.
Up kick.
Have you ever seen a KO from the up kick? Oh, big 1, 2, 3.
No, but I want to.
Oh, this is it. Keza's done.
Yeah, I think
Keza
we're
is
gonna see Keza
absolutely
finally
done.
take his first loss.
Ooh,
Oh, and he's out. Shake left hook
wow.
ends the night.
slumped him.
Bear
Left
Yahweh
hook.
with an absolute beatdown on Keza. Left hook drops the cane into the grave. That one's tough because fighting Bear Yahweh, this version of Bear Yahweh who's taunting you and then punching you and then taunting you again, has got to be the most frustrating thing in the world. Keza, don't get too frustrated, man. It's hard to lose. I've been there. I broke a controller. I think one of the times that I lost, I slammed against the desk several times. So please avoid. Getting too frustrated. Yahweh's a competitor, man. I mean, that guy is at the top of the division for a reason. And, no stock loss. Just some things to work on. Bear Yahweh's in the general chat. Let's get him in for an interview.
Earl Hawan is leaving ESPN.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Probably after that fucking steak tweet he put out.
Yeah.
They were like, "We don't want you anywhere near this fucking business. Get away from us, you freak."
Bear Yahweh, welcome to the booth. Emphatic victory. Largely, the fight was in your hands. Dominating performance over Keza, who truly is a guy who comes to play each time he's in the octagon. What did you make of that performance overall?
Man, dude, I thought that was the easiest performance of my AGRO career. I was kind of shocked. I mean, he's supposed to be an ESFL competitor, and he's supposed to train with Suave Jamie, and I made it easy. So, I don't know. I wouldn't have been able to do it without my boy Liam, so.
Definitely looked like a career best for you, finding the strikes in the range so early and touching the chin of Keza and making him regret the calf archetype pick that he selected, of course. Now you're training with Liam. In terms of fight camp for this, were there specific things that you guys had worked on or any weaknesses that you addressed that you feel moving forward are no longer weaknesses?
Obviously, the takedowns, I did a little bit better. He still took me down. That's something I still got to work on. But, he's supposed to be an ESFL guy. I made it look easy controlling him on the bottom. I mean, what else do you want from me?
Definitely feather in the cap performance from you, Bear Yahweh. Always a pleasure. The gamesmanship truly flowing, the taunts and then the punches. Has got to be a frustrating situation to fight you, but who do you have in the crosshairs next in terms of your future aggro fight?
I want to go up to 155, and I want to fight Mikey. I want to beat his ass next.
DJ Mikey B versus Bear Yahweh. Could see that one very soon. Yahweh, any last things that you want to express to the people back home watching?
Don't count me out, man. I'm still going to be a champion.
Put it on a t-shirt, print it, post it, sell it. Bear Yahweh, congrats on an incredible victory, and I look forward to calling your fights in the future.
All right, thanks, man.
What a guy.
Oh, that was a nice post-fight
Dan,
interview.
that was a good interview. Yeah, Yahweh, he's a, I think that with all of the confidence that he exudes aside, solid guy. Now, question: Dan Henderson versus a gorilla. Who would you have winning that fight, Kane?
No, but
Dan Henderson.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Well,
That
Henderson
H
with
bomb.
his weird elbow.
Yeah, the Hector Lombard one. Oh my God, that's
so
such
good,
a
but so
weird. I don't understand it.
Literally just goes like, "Fuck you," and kills him. He literally, you could see him look and he's like, "Fuck this guy." I'm gonna side elbow this bitch.
Isn't he losing that fight too?
Most probably. Stan Hendo.
It's Dan Hendo. He doesn't win the fights until he wins.
Doesn't win the fight until he lands his fucking giant meat fist on you.
Dan Henderson's entire approach to his fight camp is, all right, I'm going to let my sparring partner beat the shit out of me for the first 4 minutes of the 5-minute round, and I'm just going to throw one big bopper at him, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, set up the next fight. I'm just going to go grab a drink.
I'm gonna refill my water as well. I gotta be lubricated.
Obviously, main eventers will give me a link.
I'm back. What's occurring?
Should we just go straight on to the main event because Morbid wouldn't fight? He offered to
What do you
step in. He offered to step in. We offered him a fight, and he said no. So I don't know what we can do with him.
Oh, looks like I'm getting an ad. That's funny.
I ran the ad.
Fuck you. Ads 3 or 4. Jesus, how many ads did you run, Jamie?
1 minute 30.
Oh my god.
What a weird card.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the plan? A couple more fights, then just call it.
I think we're just going to the main event.
Yeah, I'm down with that. That's unfortunate. What? I don't. Okay. So what can you do, right, to get people who aren't, filling up to the responsibility and expectation? How do you adjust that to then being on time and being ready? Like what? Is it punishment? Is it being more like consequence heavy? That'll do it.
We can do consequences and we can cut everyone, but then what if people can't fight and we're short on fighters and then we have a free fight card? So there's only so much you can do really. You can start suspending people, but they don't care because they just don't give a shit. Clearly, I had to be here one time, wouldn't they?
We could have 4 people each week be just replacement fights. So in the event something falls through, we've got 4 people who would be watching the fight anyways that are like, yeah, sure, I wouldn't mind fighting. And just like alternates or something like that. So we could either, if one person drops out, take one from those 4 to fill in, or just create 2 new fights that we can add to the card.
Yeah, well,
That might be a good idea.
Obviously, there'll be a lot more filling content coming with the new Fight Night League, so we might not have to worry so much about just relying on the UFC 4 fights for the whole stream as a whole. So there's definitely ways we can get around it. And other people, what am I on about?
Don't have a fucking
Other
clue.
promotions have a lot of ways of avoiding this, so we'll get there eventually. We're still young compared to the rest of them, so we're still taking our time.
Yeah, but they also don't have as many competitors that will like fucking drop out and like half the fight card is gone. Like that rarely has occurred. I've seen a few situations where Cage Ridge loses like 2 fights on the card or something like that, but rarely to the extent that AGRO seems to be dealing with a lot.
I think it's more because we're more casual than anyone else, and we're not here. People who are fighting here aren't going. We want to be in the ESFL next.
But that doesn't mean that we can't like have a professional approach. Like I get the casual centric nature because we're a CAF league and it's more fun and just entertaining. But like at the same time, I think it's really important to put the best foot that we have forward, which would be.
I think more with the people that are fighting are the ones who take it not serious, with more casual.
Right, which is the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, my perspective is after months of doing this, I'm like, okay, I'm spending a lot of time and volunteering a lot of time, energy, and effort for people who don't reciprocate that. So my interest in continuing is like, okay, what's not reciprocated, they don't fucking care. So, that's very disrespectful to me. And so unless there's a proper way to get this shit fixed, I'm just gonna be like, okay, damn, I'll commentate less and less.
We've got Liam versus Tadpole now.
We are ready. Liam versus Tadpole in the main event. We've skipped over
Are we
the
live?
main due to people saying they'll fight and not fighting, even though on about Ping, even though he lives around the corner from him. But okay, well, not around the corner.
Oh wait, are we live right now?
In the sequence, we are live. Don't worry about more. Don't worry about. We've got on more. Tadpole versus Liam. We've had to move on to the main event. The co-main fell apart. All of Paradise group chat seems to just completely not turned up at all. Don't know if they're in a big circle sesh or some sausage sesh. We had a co-main
Either way.
filling, and he didn't, so now we're just going to move on to
Kane and I, let's take away the main event of the evening. AGRO 48, Liam versus Tadpole is upon us. Liam, the undefeated, undisputed, reigning, defending champion at 155, is defending the throne against the Kingsman Tadpole, somebody who is on a tear, looking to make an impression and finally get that gold again. Was Tadpole a champion before?
Yes, he was champion, then he retired, I think.
Get
3-0.
that gold again. This is the retirement tour. This is Elton John once again saying, I'm not going to go on tour anymore. I'm done. And then it's the final tour again the next year. Liam versus Tadpole. 4 wins to 1 is the existing rivalry out of the 5 bouts that have occurred. Again, Kane, you and I know there's not a lot of context to those numbers. It's quantitative, sure, but there's no storyline there. Who knows? Maybe it was 5 sparring sessions and Liam was just helping Tadpole with some striking tips.
Absolutely, and we've seen fighters before who have got the edge over in the fights off camera lose. We've seen it several times on AGRO. So just because Liam's won 4 times out of the 5 fights doesn't necessarily mean Tadpole's going to get washed in this next fight. Tadpole's a fantastic fighter, and he's got a lot of ability in both the ground and the stand up. So I believe, outside of myself, this will be one of Liam's toughest tests to date.
At the MGM Grand, the biggest of them all.
No bigger place, no larger venue, no bigger stakes. Either storyline is gold is on the line. Somebody walks away as the champion. Kane, I don't know if we're going to hear and still or and new at the conclusion of what could be a 5-round, 25-minute slugfest at 155.
It's going to be a banger. I'm so excited for this fight.
The Kingsman looking to continue the momentum that he's been capturing all week. Liam less in the competitive scene, not somebody who is in other organizations, doesn't really feel the time for it. Tadpole taking a very careful approach here. Chest match, big jab early.
A lot of feints so far from Tadpole. Trying to draw out those big strikes from Liam, get him to whiff.
Tadpole coming back from retirement, obviously faced off against Wavy and lost in that one. Oh! Big stun from the champion early. Tadpole rocked and socked within a minute on the back foot. Here comes Liam. Green shorts are flowing and going through. 5 minutes not remaining.
Nice,
we got 4.
body.
Tadpole, patient, coming forward. That stun doesn't do a ton for him. Obviously negative, but he's such a competitor. He'll get back in there and not really worry too much. Good kicks to the midsection from him. Ooh. Liam, a champion who could be a large star in the esports competitive scene. This guy is so skilled and slick on the feet. Really well-rounded, Kane.
Absolutely. And one thing he does as well is the combinations he throws. He never just throws really one shot unless he's at range, and that's just to get you thinking. As soon as he engages, he's throwing 3-4 strikes in a row.
Look at this. Tadpole trying to angle off, but Liam already there, catching him as he's swaying. It's not a game of inches, it's a game of centimeters. Liam's so precise.
Tadpole trying to time that hook so he can get the pull back, but Liam's doing a good job so far mixing up. But some good shots to the body from Tadpole. Ooh.
Lagging a little bit here. The ping is not really on our side, unfortunately. 2-minute warning for the competitors. Opening round coming into the closing minutes. Big combination from Tadpole. Man, this is a treat of a fight to watch. Oh!
Pull back from Tadpole. Lands the uppercut on Liam. That was nice.
Could use more feints from both sides. Maybe try to give different looks to the champion. Maybe throwing off the challenger trying to disrupt the champion. 90-second remain.
A few more leg kicks from Tadpole. I think those would be effective when Liam's leaving and entering the pocket, just to throw him and give him something else to think about. That might set up something more dangerous with the hands. But so far, Tadpole's doing a good. Oh, nice lead head kick. Jesus Christ!
Lead head kick lands for the challenger. Oh, slip uppercut there. Digs to the body. Liam eating the combinations of Tadpole. Oh, big moment there from Liam. Spinning kick to the midsection does connect. 40 seconds remain. Big knee. Oh, big miss.
Oh, Tadpole's cardio is. Well, I don't know. It could be how we. The issue is at the minute we don't know who's got the stamina advantage. Liam's. I think this might be the most stamina he's lost in a fight that I've watched recently. So he normally does quite a really good job of saving his stamina and not whiffing on strikes. But Tadpole's doing such a good job of making him miss. And with the sways and with the different sort of, the lateral movement, that is causing Liam to miss those big strikes and have more of attacks on his stamina.
Have to think, yeah, this is a a cardiovascular issue that the champ has not experienced. Tadpole really giving a good showing of himself through the first 5 second set of 5 upon us now, and thinking, yeah, the leg kicks could be a factor by either of these competitors. Neither guy is really mixing in the kicks super often. Pretty content just to be with the hands. Liam with the stun. Tadpole needs to rally a little bit. That's 2 stuns to none. Has to find a bit more success on the feet to gain the respect of the champion.
Oh,
Just like that.
This is what I mean. It's apart from the big rocks with the more damage from Liam, the actual striking is 50-50. This is a fantastic matchup.
Oh, big head kick again lands. You can see Liam, 18 strikes significantly have occurred so far, 2 of which did cause a big stun health event. Tadpole feeling the pressure from the champion, the undefeated phenom in the green shorts. But Tadpole not out of this by any way, shape, or form. 3:30 remaining in the second round.
Absolutely not, no. Tadpole really holding his own.
Good feints here with that lead leg, maybe trying to set up that high kick once more.
Absolutely. One thing I like about Tadpole at the minute is he's playing his game. He's not being drawn into the firefight that Liam tends to draw fighters into. We've seen I saw a lot when watching tape that in the first round a lot of fighters have a bit of success, and then by the second and third,
Liam returns the pull back upper. Tadpole's landed it several times. First time there from Liam causes the stun. This is what we're saying. There's a difference in terms of power, it seems. The more significance coming from the champion, the challenger. Tasting that needs to earn the respect.
maybe even throwing a little. This would be a great idea now, I think, for Tadpole to start mixing the rest of the clinching. Not as a spam mechanic, but just to give something. To give
catches
something
Liam
else
on the
to think
sway.
about.
2-minute warning, second round coming to a close. Liam having a lot of success, but Tadpole kicking it up a notch as well. Big uppercut there from Liam. Oh, good side kick, makes some distance, creates some space. Another one right to the midsection. Body is getting tested early in the fight. Oh! Tadpole down, Liam follows. Look at this. This could be bad for Tadpole. Liam looking to stay undefeated, looking to stay as the champion, looking for the and still at the conclusion of the night.
Good job so far from Liam, just neutralising Tadpole. Getting into that half guard position, fakes the arm. Oh, nice denial there. Moves straight into side control for Liam.
Tadpole very well versed off of his back, gets to the sprawl. Does he get the power up? Nope. Liam really there. This is the question that Liam is answering right now. A lot of people think that he's such a well-versed striker. Maybe a grappler is his kryptonite, but looking at this right now, denying transitions and posturing have been doing damage. I don't know if I would want to go toe-to-toe on the mat with this guy. Tadpole worse for wear as we conclude the second round. Wow,
fantastic end to that last minute and a half, 2 minutes for Liam in that round was dominant. The sort of Liam that we've seen take over in the other fight. So I think we'll start now seeing slowly Liam start to do more and more damage accumulatively. But Tadpole is still in this. He's not going to give up. He's not just going to lay down and say, "Yeah, you've won." Oh!
Wrong time to sway. The champion stuns the challenger once again. As you mentioned, the gradual pull away was what leads. War of attrition. Eventually, his opponents don't know how to handle him. Right? Their success diminishes, his increases.
Yeah, and since saying that in the first round that he's used a bit of stamina, I think he's used hardly any since the second round. So now he's slipped straight back into that normal sort of ebb and flow that he gets used to. So, like I said, we are going to what we've seen so far, him slowly slipping away and putting on the more damaging shots and the more aggressive combinations. And already, look, we've got 40 strike differential between the two. So it's
tough.
Like I said, Tadpole is still in this. He's not giving up. We see he's still trying to push forward and do some damage with Liam, but it's a tough task.
As mentioned earlier, the significance does seem to be on the champion's side. Anytime he throws, it does cause those health events. Big moment there to the body. It's just the respect that isn't gained. Tadpole needs a big moment here just to make the champ question himself, and he hasn't found it through the first 12 minutes.
Oh, nice sway uppercut there.
We talked about Liam's stamina early, and then it seems to have, after that kick it looks a bit different, but it didn't seem to go anywhere.
Yeah.
After that, he really got at keeping it where it is.
Oh, Have to imagine where Tadpole's stamina is. Of course, his health stats are hidden, likely just to keep the champion unaware of what that body is looking like. Apologies. Oh!
Lovely head kick.
Kingsman down. Definitely the most that Liam has had to work for a fight, I believe. A lot of his fights are one-sided dominations. Tadpole really giving him everything that the champ could ask for.
Tadpole still pressuring forward, even though facing adversity. He's a warrior. He's not going to give up.
Have to question where that shin health is on Tadpole after so many knockdowns. Who knows how that head is doing? Oh, another left. Too. Tadpole needs to get on the bike and move or clinch. Level change potentially. Liam is just pushing forward with reckless intent. Or not reckless, calculated intent, rather. Oh, big slip straight, but look at that. The cardio is not there for Tadpole.
Like, from just that straight head kick, he didn't drain himself a lot. So from a guesstimation, it would seem that Tadpole's stamina is a lot worse for wears.
Oh, good body moment there. He is taking the champ's stamina away as well, but probably on the wrong side of it. Let's see what the recovery will look like coming into the fourth round. Championship rounds upon us, Kane. Look at that big stick from Tadpole, though. Okay. Tadpole still here through 3.
Still here.
This fight is beautiful.
Until he's finished, I know this sounds like a stupid thing to say, but Tadpole's one of those fighters. Until he's finished, he will not give up. You will have to literally put him to sleep. Sort of like myself. He'll just march forward and he'll take whatever you've got to throw and he'll just dish out whatever he can. So he's proven that here. He's still in the fight, landing combinations on Liam. Oh, looks like he got rocked to the body as well as the head.
Oh, wow. Within 30 seconds of the fourth round, Liam is and still undefeated. Takes out Tadpole, the ESFL competitor, UFC 4 esports landscape mainstay.
Wow.
Not enough to take gold away from the most dominant champion in AGRO. Uppercut from hell ends the night for the short notice incumbent.
Wow. I've never seen someone beat down Tadpole like that in my life.
Even in the Wavy fight, which Tadpole was unsuccessful in, he was starting to have success as the fight concluded. That third round, Wavy was getting touched up a significant amount. Wavy himself would suggest that, and it's so scary to everybody else in that division that this is the champion. It's almost like Francis Ngannou-esque. If you're fighting him, it is almost anticipated that you're going to have the largest uphill battle of all time.
And he'll be back. We will see. We'll see Tadpole come back and maybe even go again a shot of that top because let's not forget this was on short notice.
Absolutely,
that's crazy.
Eisenberg, welcome to the Twitch chat. A couple of my followers are flowing in because I think I'm hosting. Boy, 30-27 through 3. You could see Liam, the champion, was getting the better of all those rounds. 112 strikes overall to 54, I believe. Tadpole just outgunned a bit today. But again, Kane, you bring up such a good point. This was a short notice affair. Can't really see Tadpole's full potential against the undefeated Phenom.
It was a good showing. I think that was the best showing that we've had from any challenger so far against Liam. So it's interesting because so far he's looked untouchable. So he got caught. He didn't get rocked at all in this fight. We have seen him get rocked in previous fights. More, comes to mind is the fight with Ed Cobby where he got rocked to the body momentarily. But I don't know who's next for Liam. Apart from obviously he's still got that shot against myself. That's always open once I fix my fucking Xbox. But that shot's always there. But what else without that? Once he reaches double champ status, what is there for Liam? I mean, in a way, slowly starting to outgrow, not even slowly, sort of rapidly outgrowing the competition around him.
And it's interesting that he doesn't choose to engage more with the competitive landscape in UFC 4. The esports scene is not big, but there are, a ton of different leagues that you can participate in and fight in. And Liam, as talented as he is, could have a ton of success in those and chooses not to. It is a weird, perplexing thing. I don't know if Liam is in the general shop, but if he wants an interview, he can hop in here. I think he's done interviews before, but either way, that's AGRO 48, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, it's a bit of a shorter night than anticipated. A couple people weren't up for the task when they said they would be. Responsibilities are responsibilities, and there's ramifications for not following up on your word and not being a person of your word. That's going to result in Nick not booking you for a fight soon because you inhibited the broadcast and all the viewers and Jamie and everybody else. So when we say that you have a fight, be there. Be ready. Look out.
Everyone in the
For the
raid.
ESFL $5,000 code.
We're about to raid Sick Water. We've got 9 people in at the moment. Everyone jump in. Also, what was I going to say? We will keep reminding you about the AGRO 50 stream. It is coming. Stay tuned. And let's get this raid going on. Ben has requested this raid,
Peace.
so let's do it.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Sick was a nice guy.